You're welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching The Capital Markets. We're coming to you from Channels Television in Lagos. Now, let's take a look at the issues relating to unclaimed dividend. I have with me in the studio a shareholder, Mr. Mukhtar. It joins me to talk about how this affects the shareholders. Last week on the show, during the week, we talked to an official of the Securities and Exchange Commission on issues affecting how the public would accept these initiatives. Thank you so much, Mr. Mukhtar, for coming.
Yes, thank you very much.
On the program. Thank you for coming. I would like you to first of all react to this issue of the SEC saying that it's actually proposing to transfer unclaimed dividends to the Capital Markets Development Fund after 12 years that fund remain unclaimed. How does this get across to you?
I think at the outset, let us even understand the dividend concept itself. Because there are so many uninformed Nigerians watching this program. One, what is meant by a dividend is a return on investment that is declared by companies. That is, if you invest your money in a company, you are expected to have some returns, to have some profits, which you will enjoy as a return from your investment. The Companies and Allied Matters Act Decree of 1990 empowers companies to declare dividends out of their distributable profits or reserve. That is essentially what dividend is all about. So upon the declaration of this dividend, every company has a registrar. So the registrars are empowered by the Securities and Exchange Commission. They are mandated to, within 24 hours, open a separate interest-yielding escrow account whereby all these declared dividends will be deposited. They are further expected, the registrars are further expected to, within 20 working days, to produce and issue and disperse if dividend warrants to the shareholders of the affected company, whereby they can claim it within the lifespan of the warrant. That is essentially about dividend warrant. Unfortunately, however, a lot of the dividend has continued to be unclaimed for a long time.
Why is that so? Why have they remained unclaimed?
Yeah, there are so many factors. One, because at the inception of the Nigerian capital market, a lot of people, they bought shares with inaccurate or incomplete information. That is, their postal addresses are not there. Or they gave very wrong addresses, whereby the companies cannot send such warrants to them. There is also the issue of a change in the address of the shareholders. Some people may change their address but fail to notify the company or the registrar about such changes. And then again, there is the very poor postal services we have in Nigeria. Very poor postal services. Some are living in the villages. You can't locate their houses. You can't locate where they live. So all these factors contribute. And in the past, there are also attempts by some companies not to deliberately suppress the sending of such dividend warrants, so that it will also add to their, operating, capital. So some of these factors contributed to the geometric rise in the unclaimed dividend profile.
So are you in support of this initiative to say that the SEC can transfer unclaimed dividends, that if that law becomes operational to the Capital Markets Development Fund, are you in support of it?
Of course, but you know what happened? The law provides that in such cases where dividends have been unclaimed, the Companies and Allied Matters Act empowers such companies to invest those unclaimed dividends for their own benefits. And outside their business, it empowers them even outside what they do.
That is, those companies in which a shareholder has bought shares.
Exactly. If the dividend has been unclaimed, the law specifically empowers them to invest such monies for their own benefit, and even outside their own, business, So the law further specifies that that can only last for 12 years. An unclaimed dividend that has not been claimed for 12 years has become statute barred. What this means is that it has been forfeited
Okay. But some of your colleagues, some other shareholders are not, seem not to be in agreement with what you're saying. They feel that these laws should not become operational. They're kicking against
They
it.
did not understand the concept. One, the Companies and Allied Matters Act, at the end of the 12-year period, it only says such dividends had become forfeited. They are statute barred. It has not specified whether the money should continue to be with the company, whether the money should go to government, whether the money should, where the money should be. Kama did not give specifications. But it says that such dividends have been forfeited by the shareholder. Now, interestingly, the Investment and Securities Act empowers the Security and Exchange Commission to come up with rules on the management and utilization of such unclaimed dividends after 12 years. That is the basic, underlining, factor that people should understand.
Now, I know that there are consultations going on regards how to go about handling this kind of situation.
Yeah.
But do you think that the SSC approached the Shareholders Association, the shareholders group, in arriving at this kind of plan?
Definitely. What happened was that the SEC is acting within the bound of the law. Kama was silent on where the dividend should go, the unclaimed dividend should go after 12 years. But it says that the shareholder has forfeited it. But it did not specify whether the company should continue to hold on to the money or it should go to anywhere. But interestingly, in the Investment and Securities Act, it empowers the Security and Exchange Commission to come up with rules for the management and utilization of such unclaimed dividends after the specified 12-year period. That was why SEC in its wisdom says, no, these unclaimed dividends are shareholders' monies. We don't want anybody to lose this money. That is the missing link some of my colleagues don't understand.
So
SEC said they don't want any shareholder to lose his money. That was why the idea of the Nigerian Capital Market Development Fund comes up.
If the SSC transfers, or the registrars transfers this funds to the Capital Markets Development Fund, in a way, the shareholders have lost their money.
They have not.
Because they don't have access to it.
They have not. They have not. That is the missing link that people don't understand. Let Nigerians listen to me now. Let them understand what SEC is saying.
Okay.
SEC is saying that it doesn't want anybody to lose his unclaimed dividend. If, for example, after the 12 years, and you are able to locate your unclaimed dividend warrants, even with the Nigerian Capital Development Fund, you are still free. SEC has said it. That
to get your money
to
back.
go and apply, and they will give you your money
back. So for those shareholders who don't have adequate information, up-to-date information, perhaps this is the time to update their information.
That is one
and
of the...
go and meet the registrars and tell them this is where I live, for instance, and this is my address, in order to claim this dividend, unclaimed dividend.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is one of the basic functions of the Nigerian Capital Development Fund, as encrypted by SEC.
Okay.
It will also go for literacy campaigns for the capital market education of investors, so that people can know their rights, they can know how to go about their rights, they can know how to make claims, they can know how to handle anything about the capital market. That is one of the basic underlining factor why SEC come up with this idea.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Mukhtar, a shareholder. I'm sure all other shareholders are listening or have listened to this conversation, and they would take the right decision.
But there is one thing.
I have to go. I have to let you go.
There is one
We're going on a break at this point in time. I'll be right back.